and we will start our craft for today. So for those of you who have already logged on, um, I'm going to start doing one craft at least a week, live view. So if there's something that you would like for me to do or something that you would like for me to see, just leave a comment below and let me know, and we'll try to make it happen for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'll be working on this wooden letter S. The colors that was requested is a burgundy and cream color. So I have an antique, I'll be using all apple barrel paint, acrylic paint. So I have the antique white, if you can see that. I also have the regular white. I'll be using a little bit of the jet black. I'll be using also the flag red. I also have this satin ribbon that I had for a while now, and I just didn't have anything to do with it. I found it on sale. I think it was like Walmart or someplace that I found it on clearance that I bought. So I'll be using that. I have some jewels, some clear jewels. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to use these or not, but I have them just in case. So let's get started. So what I've done first is I've already primed my letter S. and I spray painted it white with the white base, just lightly, front and back, because I'm not sure whether I'm going to paint the back as well. So I just put the primer on the back as well. I'll probably just do the whole back white. So the first thing I'm going to do is, as you can see, I've already marked off where I want my burgundy and my cream to meet. And it's going to be almost like an ombre right here. And this is probably where I'm going to place my bow. I cut a piece of the burgundy ribbon to make my bow, and I will probably be placing it here in the center of my S. I also have some hydrangeas flowers that I had just lying around, and what I did is I took, I don't even know what color polish this is. It says chocolate. I took this polish as well as the Pure Ice silver polish, and I kind of like played around with pieces of the hydrangeas just to see how it would come out, how it would look. If you guys like this, let me know. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to use it on the S or not. I'm not 100% sure. So just let me know what you think. I also have some plain white ones that I'll probably use on my S as well. So since I've already marked off my S, the first thing I'm going to do is mix my colors, and I have just a regular paper plate, but I'm going to mix my colors, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the antique white, and I'm using some of the regular white just to lighten it up a little, because I just feel like it's a little too dark. So I'm going to lighten it up a little bit with some of the regular whites. And I'm going to use my bigger brush. So I'm just going to take the brush and I'm going to go back and forth and just mix it. Just to make it a tad bit lighter. So now it's more of a cream. If you can see that, it may look kind of white. It's a lighter cream. And I'm just gonna start painting my S, and I chose to put the top, the cream color, and I'm just gonna paint the entire S. So this is inside, and as you can see, if you can see the difference in the white and the cream. So I'm just going to finish painting this cream all the way to where I have my divider line. I always try to mix a little more paint that I need, so that if I need to do a second coat, I'll have enough to do a second coat. I have enough to do the edges, because I want to make sure the edges get done as well. Have color on them as well. Hopefully I won't need a second coat, because I primed it first with the white. Ha ha ha, Sonya. S is not for Sonya. Oh, my S I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I went to Michael's to see if they had the larger letters, but they didn't have the size that I wanted, so I found this S at Hobby Lobby. And all of the Apple Barrel paints I picked up right from Walmart. I think they were like 50 cents a piece or whatever. So I have my S, the top part of the S completed, and I'm just going to paint around the edges, inside and out. Hi, Nita. So if there's anything that you're wanting to see, again, like I said, let me know in the comment below. And we're gonna do this. Hi, Joy. We're gonna do this at least once a week. Yes. Okay. So I have the sides almost completed. And once you've put your first layer on, you can pretty much tell whether you would need a second coat or not. It's just your preference of what you want. The S is for the door. It's a hanging S for the door needle. Yes, Sonya does start with the letter S, but this is not for Sonya. She has gotten enough things already. No, Nita, before you ask, the S is not for Singleton. Okay, so now that I have all of the cream on, make sure all is covered real well. To my liking, and by the looks of it, I will probably put another coat on just for me. I feel it would look a whole lot better with at least one more coat. So I'll probably just add another coat. I'll add one more coat to it to make sure it's really covered well. Okay, so now I'm going to clean my brush. Okay. So on the same S, ask Joy what color and what letter do she want for her front door. Also ask her if she's paying me. And no, you can't pay me by feeding my kids. So now for the burgundy. I'm going to put, while the top is drying, I'm going to put the burgundy to the bottom. Okay, Sonya, I'll think about it. To get my burgundy, I'm going to mix the red and black together until I get the shade that I want. Because when I was in the store, I didn't see the shade of burgundy that I wanted, and I kind of like mixing my own colors anyway. Hi, Selena. Hey, Samantha. Hi, Taisha. So I'm going to use a little bit of the red. And like I said, I like mixing a little bit more than what I actually need to make sure that I have enough. Because sometimes when you mix it, when you're mixing it, it's hard to get the exact shade again if you run out. So I have the red, and with the red, it just depends on what shade of the burgundy that you want. So if you just wanted a lighter color burgundy, just add a little bit of the black. If you wanted a darker color burgundy, then you would add a lot more of the black. So the black will actually determine how much black you use, will actually determine how dark or how light your color will be. So I'm just going to use a little bit of black right now just to see what shade of burgundy I come up with. And I want it to be somewhere close to this one. Hey, Chantilly. So as you can see, it's starting, you can see that it's starting to form. This is a pretty good burgundy, I feel. So I think I'm happy with the shade of burgundy. What do you guys think? Maybe I add a little more red in there just to lighten it up just a tad. Hey, Chantilly, how's my girl? Yeah, I like that one. Now, if I was to add white to this, it'll really change the color. So I don't want to add that white. And when it dries, it'll dry a whole lot lighter. And I'm going to show you the S. Parts of it has already started to dry, so you can see, you might can tell between here and here the different shade of it. Okay, so now I'm going to paint on my burgundy. Hi, Keela. So I'm doing this one solo this morning. My cameraman or woman and helper, she's out getting her nails done today. So she left me, y'all. She's hanging out with her big sis today. And once again, with the S, I'm going to do the sides as well. With the burgundy, I'm going to do the sides as well. And just keep watching it to see how it looks when it's starting to dry. If you're going to need a second coat, or if one coat is going to be enough. It all just depends on you. And I have my ceiling fan running right now, so that's kind of helping the drying process a little bit, to help it dry faster. And let's see, I want to make sure I'm getting all of the sides. And maybe I'll put like a silver, or maybe the bees, or I might do something different in the middle. It all just depends on how I feel when I start. So that's how the burgundy looks this far. What do you guys think so far? And this is how the back is looking. That's why I say I'll probably either do the back a plain white, or do the same on the back to make it front and back. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel. Alright. I'm going to stick my brush in the water. So what do you guys think as far as this color? And all I did with the hydrangeas is I took some of the polish that I had, the chocolate and the ice glitter, and I just painted the tips. So I'm still trying to decide whether I want to use this on the S or not. Let me know what you think. So, okay. So just to speed up the drying time a little, I have my heat gun. And I'm going to apply a little heat to it, just to speed up the drying process a tad. And I'm going to do it on low heat, just to see how it looks, and to determine whether I need another coat or if one coat will be enough. And I didn't put it on too heavy, because the more paint that you put on, yes, that's the Selena, that inner part is where I'm going to have the burgundy and cream meet. I have that part taped off. That's the section where I said I may put the beads there. I think so too, Selena. I think I'm leaning towards that flowers. So with this heat gun, you can kind of like see how it's starting to dry. how the color is changing. And I can see my dry spots and the wet ones. So if you can see here, like here, I can see thin spots there and here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer of the burgundy, another thin layer of the burgundy, and another thin layer of the cream, and then I'll take the tape off in the middle. Hey Sharon, and blend the two colors together. Why I prefer using the apple barrel paints, because they tend to dry a lot quicker than some of the other ones that I've used before. And as some of you know, I'm kind of impatient. Sonia, please come and get your brother-in-law and your nephew. So I'm going to do a little bit more. Of the cream and white, and then a little bit more of the black and red for the burgundy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the tape off. Now, this time, I'm going to go ahead and mix my antique white with my regular white. Set that to the side. And then I'm going to get another brush and I'm going to mix my red and black for my burgundy. And then I'll show you how I'm going to blend the two colors together in the center. Okay, so now for my second layer of cream. Yeah, I think that second layer was a good idea. And if you're using the same brush, make sure it's clean, because sometimes the colors can get stuck in the inside of the bristles, and when you start putting on your second coat, the last color that you use will come out and mess up your whole design. So you're talking about right here? That's where the tape was taped off. She went to go get her nails done. Hey, Ross. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. So I have my second coat on. I'm going to do my second coat for the burgundy, and then I'll show you how I'm going to blend the middle. It's going to be almost like an ombre effect. That looks a whole lot better. Be careful with your brush strokes. Sometimes your brush strokes will show up. And if you don't want it, you can use a sponge like this. Works well too, but I just prefer using the brush. And you can get that at Walmart as well. Okay, there's the outside of the burgundy. Now, and I know you guys are talking about this spot right here. That's where the two colors are going to meet. I had that part taped off with some tape, and that's the part I'm going to work on right now. That's the part where it's going to be the two colors mixed together. Hush, Sonia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my brush, because on my brush I want one side to be burgundy and I want one side to be the cream color. And I'm going to make sure I clean my brush real well for this one. And I prefer drying it off a little bit. Sonya, that's the spot I told you I had taped off. I was using the clear masking tape, so that's why you couldn't see that it was taped, because I couldn't find my blue tape, so I just used the masking tape. So that's why it kind of blended in with the beige or cream color that I was using. Hey, Courtney. So on my brush, I'm going to do half and half. See? And I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see how it looks. Well, let's do the other side. Okay, so here I'm going to blend the two colors in here and to the bottom. Tell Cindy I said hi and leave me alone. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. To make it look like it's that bleeding. And make sure I get the bottom. Okay, so what do you guys think so far? How does that look? Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. And while this is drying a little bit, I'll probably take the heat gun to it again. So I think I'm done with my brush. I'm going to take my gloves off and change them. Only because I had a little bit of paint on my gloves and I don't want the colors to mix. Hey Sonya, you want to come over and help me pack up some stuff? Since you have so much time on your hands. Okay. So I'm going to put the heat gun to it again. Just to speed up the drying process a little. I also have a W that I need to do. You want to keep the heat gun on low, because if it's too high, it's going to cause the paint to bubble. And the paint is going to lift up off of your design. And it won't look good unless that's the effect that you're going for. Then you would do the whole thing for me. Hey, Shalissa. No, this S is not for you. I'm in enough trouble with Justin already. Okay. So here it is. And it's completely dry. So it's not going to bleed or anything. That's why I'm in love with the heat gun, because it speeds up the process for me a little bit. So with the S, let's see. I'm going to put my basket behind it just for support. No, I'm not sniffing this paint, Cindy. Stop it. My heat gun I got from Harbor Freight. They had it on sale, and I had a coupon, and it was like $9. So this is the bow that I made with the burgundy ribbon that I had. And what do you guys think? I'm going to place it here. I have my hot glue gun heating up. Okay, Sonya Nerd World. This is my comfort zone. So, let's see if my hot glue gun is hot enough. Just a few minutes. So I think I'm going to use this inside my flower. But I think I want to combine it with these ones, just so it kind of stands out a little. Harbor Freight, there's one located on Dorchester Road, where that Piggly Wiggly used to be at, on the corner of Dorchester and Montague. That's where I got it from. And I got that, I think it was back in February when I got that. Or you could go to Harbor Freight online and purchase it as well. So with my hydrangeas, I think I'm going to use the flowers to go in the middle of the bowl. Oops. Go away. I'll put that camera on you. So what do you think? I'm making the S for someone that asks for it, Cindy. You need an M. You're in the same boat as Sonia. I think I'm going to put the flowers in the center of the bowl. Yes, Sonia. So my hot glue guns want to act crazy right now. Sonya, you can wait. Okay. Hey, Toy. Anybody want to need two sisters? I'm giving two away for free. I'm making Sam this S. To put on, he can put it on his room door. So what I'm going to do is hot glue this in the center of this. Okay? And because it's hot glue, if it doesn't look right, you can always heat it up and change your mind. Change it however you want. I'm going to take my gloves off. Tell Sam don't be rolling his eyes at me. So that's how it looks. I didn't want to add too much of the color, but I just wanted a little bit of the color. Hopefully you can see the silver. I may add a little more of the silver paint on the outside whites just to make it pop a little more. So now what I'm going to do is hot glue the center. Well, I don't know what's going on with the hot glue guns. Hot glue the center of my S. And then place the flowers in between. I'm going to hold it for a few minutes just so that it sets. Okay. And kind of fan it out some. Just a little. What do you think? Hey, Pauline. How you doing? So it looks kind of thin right here. And I'm just going to take a piece off, maybe 1 or 2 sprigs off of this one. Because that would be too full. So I'll get my scissors and just cut a few pieces off and hot glue it just to fill in that spot to make it more filled. Thanks, Pauline. Okay. So now that I've hot glued these two together, I'm going to add just a little bit more. Place it inside. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to use my beads or not. My jewels. Or if I should just leave it as is. Because they just wanted something simple. What do you guys think? Maybe if I put... I'm going to turn it this way so it's closer to you guys. So you can kind of see what it would look like. And I'm thinking, I think I have some bigger ones. Let's see, I think I have some larger size bead jewel that would work better than the smaller one. So as you can see, this is the size that I was going to use on here, but I think this is the size that I'm going to use, and I think I'll just do this part of the S, the top and the bottom. So once I get my placement, I'll put them on with the E6000. You can get this at Walmart, Hobby Lobbies, or Michael's. I've even seen it inside Dollar General. So, with that being said, I have a whole can full of different size jewels in here. bit. So Sonia, if you want your S, you can come and separate these jewels for me. So the Wi-Fi is going in and out. I don't know what's going on with it. So here's what it looks like so far. What do you guys think? I think that's what I'll do with it instead of using doing the entire script of the S. I think I'll just do 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and maybe 2 or 3 right here. So I'm just going to add a little dots because the E6000 spreads. Can you see that? Just a little dot. And place that and do the rest. It's not a trick. It's you working for what you want. Okay, so it's just a simple design today, and this is the finished product. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to add some of that color up here. And all I did was just brush it on as so and let it dry. Let me know if you want to see the W. Cindy, I need to do an M for myself. Sonya, that's how you got your cup for free, okay? And as well as the cups, I want to do one of those alive as well. So if you want to see me do a tumbler or one of these type cups, just comment below and let me know if you're interested. We might do that next Saturday. Okay? So, thanks for joining, guys. Have a great day. If it just depends on how I feel, I may come back on and do the W, and I may not. So, just let me know.